Hi everyone and welcome back to StrathWorldwide with me, Mr. Glancy. I hope that everyone is continuing to stay safe and that you're all doing really well. You join me for week 5 in our GCSE art project, Contrasts. Last week you were challenged with creating 2 studies displaying some expressive contrasting colour. Here are some examples of some of the excellent work that was created in last week's lessons. Well done guys, another range of excellent work produced last week. Keep it going. We are now starting to build up momentum and importantly some good quality content. What are we doing this week? Good question. This week you are going to produce 2 studies which showcase a contrast of media and or technique. What does that mean, a contrast of media and or technique? Let me show you. You might mix drawing, expressive colour, black and white. Oh, that's better. The list is endless in terms of options for a task like this. What materials do we need? The resources and materials you require for this week's lessons are as follows. 2 sheets of paper, a pencil, colour materials, whatever you have at home, and photos linked to contrasts. Step 1, getting started. Select an image you wish to work from linked to contrasts. Sketch out a line drawing of your image in pencil on your paper. Refine the drawing and clean up the outline. Divide the drawing into 2 sections. This can be completed with either a ruler or freehand using a wavy line. Try to make sure that whichever line you go for, it divides your work into 2 sections. Step 2, adding media. Choose 2 different techniques or medias to render each section of your drawing. The first technique I'm going to use is pointillism. This involves using lots of dots instead of traditional shading. For areas of shade, cluster the dots together to create shadow. For lighter areas, draw fewer dots spaced further apart to create highlights. Refine the technique, then begin work on the second section of your study. Using the skills learned last week, I'm going to add expressive colour on the other section. Remember to use dark colours for areas of shade and warmer colours for lighter areas. Blend and refine your work to create a strong sense of 3D. Second study, creating a wider range of contrasts with media and techniques. Complete a second line drawing of another one of your photos linked to contrasts. It's now time to divide your work again. This time, either using a ruler or freehand, create a zigzag style pattern across the surface of your drawing, creating several different sections. Step 2, adding media. This time, expand on 2 medias and add at least 3 or 4 different media or techniques. You can add more if you like. Use what you have available at home in terms of art materials. If you have a biro or fine line pen, you can add pointillism in one section, then mark making such as cross hatching in another section. If you have colour pencils, you could add expressive colour in one section and then traditional colour shading in another section. If you have paint, art pens, even collage materials such as newspaper or coloured tissue paper, you can expand on this idea further. Step 3. Annotation. Remember, you must add annotation to describe what you are doing and why. What are the links to contrasts from this week's task? Think. We have worked from photos linked to contrasts. Tell me what those links are. You have created 2 studies using a contrast of media and or technique. Describe what these are. This should easily give you enough annotation for both studies. As always, once you've completed the work from this week's task, simply take a photograph and submit your images to me via Firefly. I can then mark your work and provide some feedback. If anybody needs any help or assistance with this week's task, simply get in contact during the lesson or at another time via Teams, and I will get back to you as quickly as possible. Good luck with this week's task, stay safe, and see you soon.